2 News Works for You starts right now.
The sign outside a South Carolina home says, "Bring Veronica home." And tonight, a couple fighting for custody of a little girl from Oklahoma moves another step closer to getting her back. But it is not a done deal yet. The baby's biological father plans to fight for baby Veronica, and so does the Cherokee Nation.
They have 5 days to file a motion for a rehearing with the South Carolina Supreme Court. Today, it ruled that the child should be returned to the couple who raised her for the first 2 years of her life. So here's what happens next. Family court in South Carolina is expected to approve and finalize the adoption rights for the Capobianco family. The question still remains, depending on challenges, how and when Dustin Brown will have to give his daughter up.
Right now, the baby is living in Nowata with her biological father. It's a home that she's known for the last year and a half. 2 News reporter Liz Bryant spoke to Brown and begins our team coverage tonight with his reaction. Liz?
Well, Russ and Karen, right now, obviously, Dustin Brown is extremely upset. I spoke with him on the phone tonight, respectfully and very nicely. He told me he has no comment right now. He'll let us know when he's ready to talk. But others in this case are speaking out at this time. If home is where the heart is, then this Nowata home and its heart are completely broken right now. Inside here, baby Veronica now lives with her biological father, Dustin Brown. But her days here in Oklahoma could be numbered.
And that's her entire world right now, and to take her away from that would be absolutely devastating.
Baby Veronica, a Cherokee citizen, has the Cherokee Nation fighting to keep her here with her biological father. The nation's assistant attorney general tells me they're working with Brown's attorney to appeal this decision within that 5-day deadline.
This child is happy and healthy and smart and outgoing. She doesn't know what's going on. What she does know is she loves her daddy and her mommy, her stepmom.
Brown's attorney echoes the same thing on the phone all the way from South Carolina. He tells us, quote, Mr. Brown wants everyone to think of his child's life as it is right now and how he and his wife are her whole life.
We will look at our options and go forward.
As for the Cherokee Nation, today's decision is monumental and could be a model for future cases involving Native American kids in adopted homes.
Today is absolutely the worst news that we've received in this case from the day that it began.
And baby Veronica's neighbor tells me she's always happy, at least she always seems happy, in playing in the yard, whether it's in the front or the back, also with her dogs. Now, Cherokee Nation officials tell me this isn't the final order, but it's the closest thing to it. Liz Bryant, 2 News Works for You.
Liz, thanks. On the other side of the issue, the South Carolina couple trying to adopt baby Veronica, as well as the girl's biological mother, say they're thrilled with today's decision. 2 News reporter Dan Perlman is here now with their reaction. Dan?
Russ, Matt and Melanie Capobianco are happy. Their attorneys are happy. Now they all feel this case is finally coming to a close.
She was just a woman who was dealing with an unplanned pregnancy.
Lori Alvino McGill represents Christy Maldonado, baby Veronica's biological mother.
Just like any other woman in that situation, she felt like she should be free to choose the adoptive couple for her child.
Now, Lori tells us her client finally has the news she's waited for.
She's just very excited that, the family that she had kind of, put together for her daughter, when she was still pregnant with her, is finally going to be reunited.
Today, the state
in Charleston, Haley Hernandez with our sister station WCBD in South Carolina is following this story from there.
I've been out here all afternoon.
Haley reached out to Matt and Melanie Capobianco.
I spoke to someone very close to them who says that they are absolutely thrilled with this ruling.
Now the family waits for a possible appeal to today's decision. As far as Lori and Christy are concerned, it's time to move forward.
The only question now really is how and when this transfer of custody is going to happen and how best to ensure a smooth transition for Veronica.
Lori spoke with us about that possible appeal. She doesn't see a reason for it because she told us the same justices in South Carolina who made today's decision would be the ones to hear the case again. Dan Perlman, 2 News Works for You.
Thank you, Dan. More team coverage tonight. The baby's biological father only has until Monday to challenge the ruling. 2 News multimedia journalist Rico Bush spoke with an adoption attorney about what could be next in this fight.
Attorney Mike Nomria heads Heritage Family Services in Tulsa. His adoption agency is contracted with the state of Oklahoma to review paperwork of interstate adoptions. So when the baby Veronica case hit his desk nearly 3 years ago, he was the first to review it.
Had our office known that this was an Indian child, we would have imposed additional requirements before the child went to South Carolina in the very first place.
Despite the South Carolina Supreme Court's ruling, Nomura says the fight is far from over.
It is a custody battle, and unfortunately, baby Veronica is in the middle of this tug of war. Whichever side had won today, there is likely to be more appeals.
Appeals that will continue to use the Indian Child Welfare Act to try and keep her in the arms of her biological father. A long custody battle members of the Cherokee Nation say is still not settled. Rico Bush, 2 News, works for you.